going on? Welcome back to another episode of Wolf Vision. So today's project, I guess I'll call it a project. It's really not a project. It's really more like maintenance. But the last time we did the NPC highway scraping video, the car actually reported that it was overheating, which was cool to see because I got to see that the cluster was actually registering. Honda was working with the cluster. When the shit overheated, it was like evident in the cluster, like your shit's running hot, versus it just being like a little light. Literally the cluster started flashing, which really brings your attention like, well, what the fuck's going on? So that was really cool to see, really useful to have. Big shout out to my boy down there, Wireware Miami. He hooked that up, still working on some things. And I don't think I have him out here, but if I did, I'd show you the wireless keyboard setup that's gonna be installed into the cluster. I haven't done it yet because I haven't felt like taking that dash apart again to get the cluster out, to take the cluster apart, to install all the other shit. So clean culture is next weekend. So we're trying to get the most important things ready where the car can function without overheating. So talk to APP, my boy Harry over there, big shout out to him. And we came up with this. All right, so get this hood pop. Basically, the latest mod, well, there was a lot of mods, but the most critical mod to the cooling system was actually the entire cooling system. Went to an AN hose fitting type system with the K-tune neck and the tucked radiator, all right? So that's pretty extensive, along with some other pieces in the radiator for the cooling. So with that being the case, we believe that there was an air pocket playing hide and go seek in there. And basically it decided to come out when I was doing the video, caused that to burp, which displaced the fluid, which a lot of fluid came out of the reservoir overflow, and then the car ran hot there. So we're thinking that it's just low on coolant. So I need to get a funnel because these funnels aren't good enough. All right, so like this funnel would be good. This funnel, hell no. So the idea that most people do is they take the funnel, put tape around there, put it into the filler neck right here, and then you just feel until basically everything's all right. But you have to be monitoring that because that tape, as things get hot, it should expand, but it starts to get loose. Fluid works its way up and shit starts draining. I don't want shit draining all over this motor. I don't want extra work trying to clean this shit up. So I looked up, and unfortunately, it's at the World of Domestics Summit, which this car was displayed in. I found a kit that I think is gonna be awesome to do this. And if I find this kit, and if it's actually available there, because it says they have 8 in stock. Now the kit, we'll talk about that when I get the kit. First, I need to get the kit. But I'm also gonna stop by the store and get some distilled water. So enough rambling, let's get on with this shit. Let's go to Summit. How you doing? All right, how about you? No, I'm buying. This is a GoPro. Y'all don't sell GoPros, do you? So I'm gonna wait in line, give them this part number, wait for my order, and then get the hell out of here. So line's not moving too bad. I'm already right here. Second to next in line. Coolant funnel kit. Now we wait in another line to check out. So now we are waiting in another line. It says that we are receiving parts right here.
Oh, that's why I was cutting off in reverse.
Yes, please.
All right, can I see your receipt real quick?
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. Hey, right here. What's the name on your order?
Julio Perez. I ordered some nuts.
Okay, you got 2 orders. Have a nice day.
He has my other wheel tracer.
Well, that was faster than usual. Usually that shit takes a lot longer than that. I saw something else I wanted, but I'm not gonna fucking wait in line for that. So I'm gonna get out of here and get this taken care of. All right, so we're back. Boom. got this kit that I found on Summit Racing, hoping that this works a lot better than electrical tape and all the other shit. So let's get this kit open. Damn it, I hate this shit. Boom, so we got the funnel. There it is, the top, good to have. Let's see what some of these parts actually are. All right, so now right here, it says that we're looking for, oh, and there we got small C and B. And I'm hoping that one of these actually works for my car. So that's what we want to see first before we get our heart broke. One of these, this one. So let's take the radiator cap off of the car and see if one of these matches up. Boom, so we got the funnel. There it is, the top, good to have. Let's see what some of these parts actually are. All right, so now right here, it says that we're looking for, oh, and there we got small C and B. And I'm hoping that one of these actually works for my car. So that's what we want to see first before we get our heart broke. One of these, this one. So let's take the radiator cap off of the car and see if one of these matches up. All right, radiator cap's right here. Let's go two. All right. It's gonna be one of these. I'm thinking it looks more like this one. Almost same size there. These pretty much match up. Let's see if it fits. Because it damn sure doesn't have a color code. So let's see if these have an actual, yep, we got D, no, E, D, which one is this one there? B, and C. So here's C. Oh snap, there we go. So now let's try to go put this baby on and see if it seals up. So we would take this, put it in there, right there. So we got that dropped down in there pretty good. Now put that over there. Oh yeah, now we got some pressure. I'm definitely gonna have to put some hand pressure on there to get that thing to turn. So this in there, and bada bing, bada boom. No electrical tape needed. So far, so good. That's looking so far so good. So let's see if there's anything else we need in the kit. In the event the water raises, and that's what happens a lot of times. You get the funnels and you're doing this and this gets full and then you have to take this off and a bunch of fluid just drains down on the car. So this, you could put that in there and minimize some of that. So let's see how far down this actually goes. If it goes down to the actual bottom of the funnel, that's even better, because that means, oh yeah, it pretty much goes down into the neck of the funnel. So even if this filled up, you're only gonna have like a very minimal amount of spill. So that's awesome. Anyways, put that right there. Raise it up over the car. There we go. A little bit more spill proof. Boom, it's on the cold side instead of the hot side. I bought that and basically cut that hole in there just for that, especially doing oil changes. That way I minimize getting stuff on my valve cover. So now it's time to get the car started up and see where the fluid is and start purging this thing. What's going on? getting with somebody. I thought about getting with Airlift Atlanta and seeing if they can just do me a custom install. That's something that I want to do back here next, like a real elaborate custom install. So I'll see about that. All right. And let's wait until the fans kick on for the first time. Pretty much kind of like letting you know it's going through a full cycle. So we'll wait till that kicks on and start adding the water in. A little bit at a time. So we definitely got some air bubbles in there coming up out of there. So that might be an indication that, you know, Harrison was correct with that. Might be as far as or as worse as it is. Worst come to worst, like we're thinking thermostat or something like that, which I don't want, because then we got to start taking shit off. But if this works, I go on a test drive, it doesn't overheat, then we're golden. All right, so let's see what the temp's reading. Now we got 133 degrees, 134 and climbing. There's the Honda S300. See-through window I customized and did. Loving that. So I'm gonna wait for this to get up to temp, get the fans to kick on again. That means thermostat should have opened up, and then hopefully we'll get a lot more fluid draw and see if that's it. Especially if we lose, like, end up putting in like half a gallon, then we know like that definitely was it. The fans just kicked on down in there. Now we have Radiator fluid mixture in the funnel, so we're definitely getting fluid cycling through, so that's good. I haven't seen any more air bubbles. Had quite a few air bubbles at the beginning of this, which showed there was still air pockets in there, but now since these fans have cycled, no air bubbles, and you can, if you can vaguely see, there's a swirling mixture of the radiator fluid showing that that has now kind of become like part of the system. So now we're gonna go through another whole cycle. I'll let it run. I'm gonna raise the carb a little bit because it's sitting a little low and that vibration translate as it's kind of like grounded out. So I'll raise it up a little bit and we'll see what happens in about 15 more minutes. All right, so we ended up getting a few more bubbles and boom, the fluid dropped, fans are on. Gonna add a little bit more. This is something you want to be very patient with. Give it more than like 10 minutes, let it run, let these fans cycle a few times to actually see, get on the throttle a little bit within means. Don't be revving up to like 6 grand. We get on the throttle. Right now, the temperature reads on the cluster about 188. So that's why the fan's on now, because I think I have a switch in there that's rated for like 190 or 188, something like that. It's a lower temp switch from Buddy Club. So now we're just gonna wait a little bit longer, see if we get another fluid drop after these fans cycle through. If we don't, we'll go ahead and plunge it, take that off. Now, the roads are a little wet today because it finished raining, so I'm not gonna take this car out. I don't feel like getting a bunch of gunk underneath it, so hopefully tomorrow I can take it for a test drive. But we're gonna conclude. I'm gonna show you a little bit more about this kit and probably why you should definitely get one. So we just go ahead right here, stick that down in there like that. I don't know how minimal this is gonna be, but I imagine, yeah, that's pretty minimal. So what I'm gonna do here is just take this off with the towel, hoping to absorb as much as I can with this terry cloth, keeping a lot of that from getting on the motor. So, you know, you gotta remember it is a little warm. So just kind of cradle it. And remember, this top comes off first. So if you can get that top to completely come off without taking the plunger out, be very careful not to get that on the paint. We'll just sit this right here for right now. Now we go in, wipe that down. Let's take this plunger out, let the terry cloth drip around that, and just kind of wrap the plunger as it comes off. Should we line it up? In closing, we got the car to run at standard operating temp around 192 to 200. Harrison says is good. All right, so we're running at 192 sitting still, no air. I'm gonna take the car out for a test drive tomorrow. I'll just update you all on the Instagram about how that went. But you need one of these kits if you care about not being extremely messy and having a real funnel system that is made to do what you're trying to do. All of that stuff in paper towels or electric tape and all this wedging shit, that shit's out of there. Get you one of these kits. They come with everything so you can plunge it off. It comes with mini adapters, GM. I'm pretty sure Nissan has got several other necks in here. It is well worth the money. I'm telling you. Buy you one of these kits. This is probably one of a few things that I will say to me is a must-have, especially if you have a car with an engine bay like mine and you don't want shit everywhere. Radiator fluid getting on shit can leave stains and all this other shit. Trust me, this is well worth the money. So with that being said, I'm about to wrap this up, cover her back up, hopefully take her for a test drive tomorrow, and then get ready for Clean Culture coming up Saturday. Peace.